Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Maria with Land of Enchantment Living. Thank you so very much for clicking on my video. As you guys can see by the intro, this is a Thanksgiving collaboration hosted by Michaela Perry from Our Little Bloom. Thank you so very much, Michaela, for putting all of this together, and thank you to all of the wonderful ladies that are a part of this Thanksgiving collaboration. A playlist can be found in the description box below, so please make sure to head over to these wonderful ladies' channels and show them some support. So let's go ahead and get started with this Thanksgiving collaboration. Okay guys, so for this video, I will be sharing with you guys these delicious savory stuffed mushrooms. I only serve these mushrooms on Thanksgiving, and I also have this really delicious apple crisp recipe. And I also wanted to share with you guys, I have a lot in this video, 2 DIY crafting projects for Thanksgiving. So if you guys want to see how I made all of this, please keep watching. So we are going to start this video by making these delicious savory stuffed mushrooms. I honestly only make these during Thanksgiving, and so for the purpose of this video, I went ahead and did all of the prep work. So these are the ingredients that you are going to need: some stovetop savory herb stuffing mix, about 24 mushrooms, onions, parsley, garlic, sage, Parmesan cheese, butter, and cream cheese, and I will have a list of these ingredients in the description box below. So you want to start by making sure that you have all of your mushrooms washed, and I honestly do soak these in a little bit of water because they do have a lot of dirt. I know they say not to do this, but this is the best way for me, so this is how I clean my mushrooms. And then I just remove the stems, put it in the food processor, and you want to make sure that you have 1 cup of the chopped up mushroom stems. So once I have all of the mushroom stems in the food processor, I'm just going to post them until I have some finely chopped pieces. So now that I have the mushroom stems chopped, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step. And so what you want to do is you want to melt 2 tablespoons of butter, and take your butter and just pour it directly into a pan. This is, I think, a 9 by 13 inch pan. I don't have the exact measurements, but you need a pretty big pan, and all you're going to do is line your mushrooms up, and this butter is going to prevent them from sticking to the pan. And once I have all of this done, it's time to get started on the filling.
How come the sky is so...
And here I'm just taking any remaining butter and brushing it on top of the mushrooms, and then I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next step.
Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside?
Now it's time to make the stuffing. For the stuffing, you want to take a skillet and melt down 4 tablespoons of butter. Once your butter is melted, you want to add the white onions, the garlic, and the mushroom stems, and you want to cook this for about 5 minutes.
Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees get undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold?
So while I was filming this, my little shadow Bob was right behind me. He is just my little shadow. He is constantly following me around everywhere. So there he is, just saying hi. After about 5 minutes, once the mushroom stems and onions are tender, you want to go ahead and add your cream cheese and melt this down.
Ooh, I wonder.
Now that your cream cheese has melted down, you want to go ahead and add the Parmesan cheese and give this a good stir. Next, you want to add the stovetop stuffing mix. Once you have the stovetop completely incorporated into this mixture, that is when you want to add your fresh herbs. Now, I recommend using freshly chopped herbs for this recipe because it just gives it such a better flavor and is so yummy this way. So I add freshly chopped parsley. I use Italian parsley. I just think it has a better flavor than the curled parsley. So if you guys can find Italian parsley, use that. And then freshly chopped sage. So I will leave the exact measurements again in the description box below. Once you have all the herbs mixed, you want to go ahead and turn off your heat and let this sit for about 10 minutes because you do not want to burn yourself when you are stuffing your mushrooms. Once this is cooled down, we are going to go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay guys, so while this filling is cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and get some cleaning done. This is normally how I keep my kitchen clean while I'm cooking. I just clean along as I go. So here is the cleaning portion of this video. I'm going to go ahead and just collect all of these dishes and wash them by hand. So before we get any further into this Thanksgiving collaboration video, I would really like to take this time to give a big thank you to all of my returning subscribers. You guys are awesome and thank you so very much for always supporting my channel and watching my videos. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Maria. I'm a wife and a mom to one 15-year-old boy and we live in the beautiful state of New Mexico known as the Land of Enchantment. We have two Labrador retrievers, Bob and Rosie. Bob is a chocolate lab and you have seen him somewhere behind me. He's my little shadow, and Rosie is a yellow lab. On my channel, you guys will find cleaning motivation, cooking videos, DIY projects, let's see here, vlogs, just a little bit of everything. So if you guys like anything that you just heard, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube family. Okay guys, so now that the filling has cooled down, I'm going to go ahead and stuff the mushrooms, and I actually use this little scoop. I think it's used for cookie dough, but I had this little scoop for years and that is what I use to stuff my mushrooms, and it kind of helps portion it out, kind of gives you even proportions. So that is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to stuff my mushrooms and then I will cover them and put them in a 350-degree oven for 35 minutes, and you just want to keep an eye on them and you will see how they bubble up. And these mushrooms are so good, I'm telling you guys, these are perfect for Thanksgiving. I only make these mushrooms during Thanksgiving and they are so delicious. My mom absolutely loves these, my brother, everybody in my family always requests these delicious mushrooms. Okay guys, so here are the stuffed mushrooms. I have them all ready. I'm going to go ahead and cover them with some aluminum foil and then put them into the oven to bake. And here is Bob, he just wants to say hello. Okay, so these are going into the oven and then we are going to go ahead and get started on our dessert. That is the apple crisp. So before we get started on making our apple crisp, I'm just going to go ahead and get the kitchen cleaned up just a little bit, and I am going to use the Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface apple cider scent cleaner.
I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me.
Now to make the apple crisp. For the purpose of this video, again, I have everything measured out. For this recipe, you will need 7 Granny Smith apples, rolled oats, vanilla wafers, some pumpkin pie spice, brown sugar, orange juice, salt, flour, pecans, butter, and again, I will have all of the ingredients in the description box below with exact measurements. So again, I went ahead and peeled the Granny Smith apples off camera, and here I am just giving them a slice. And then these cores, I know you're probably thinking that is a waste of apples, but it really isn't, because these cores are going to be Bob and Rosie snacks. They absolutely love green apples. We actually give them an apple a day, but yeah, they will have these for snacks. So I am just going to go ahead and finish cutting these apples and slicing them up, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay guys, so I think I forgot to mention that we are going to need butter and granulated sugar for this recipe, but I will go ahead and leave exact measurements in the description box below. Okay guys, I just pulled the mushrooms out of the oven. I hope you guys can see that they are bubbling. They look so good. I will go ahead and show you guys what they look like when I have them all plated. Alright guys, here are the delicious savory stuffed mushrooms. I went ahead and plated them on this cute little plate that I got from Dollar Tree. And like I said, I only make these mushrooms during Thanksgiving, and it is one of my favorite appetizers to make. I make it ahead of time. It's quick, it's easy, they are delicious, and I just top them with some fresh parsley, and you could really taste the parsley and the sage, the onion. It's just a really creamy, smooth feeling. If you guys give this recipe a try, please let me know in the comment box below. Grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close. For the apple crisp, I'm just going to go ahead and dump my sliced apples into a larger bowl. I will add the brown sugar, the granulated sugar, the flour, the pumpkin pie spice blend, the orange juice, and I'm going to go ahead and mix this all together and let this sit for about 10 minutes. That way the juices of the apples could come out, and then we are going to go ahead and make our topping in the meantime. They're in love now, and I wanted you to know. For the apple crisp topping, you just want to go ahead and dump the rolled oats, the vanilla wafer, brown sugar, pumpkin pie spice blend, the flour, and salt. Go ahead and give this a mix, and I really like adding the vanilla wafers to this crumb topping because it just gives it a different flavor, a different crunch, and it is so yummy. Go ahead and add the butter once you have those crumbs mixed, and you can use a fork to break down the butter. That is what I do here, or you could use your hands. Once you have everything incorporated, go ahead and add your pecans, and then we will go ahead and put this apple crisp together. So now it's time to assemble our apple crisp. All you do is get a baking dish and then dump all of your apples into that dish and then sprinkle on your crumb topping. At this point in this video, I kind of did have to hurry because I did have to go get my son from school. So I am just going to go ahead and finish assembling this apple crisp. And I did want to go ahead and have my kitchen clean before I leave to go get him. So that is what I'm going to do now. Finish cleaning up the kitchen, loading the dishwasher. And then when I get back, I am going to go ahead and bake this crisp.
Stay every single day, yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. So lucky, still can't believe you love me.
Oh my gosh guys, look at my cute little cookie jar. I actually got this jar at the grocery store for $6.99, $7. But isn't it so cute? And I put my Trader Joe's maple cookies in there. These are so good. Me and my husband are loving them, but I just wanted to show you guys my little jar. Okay guys, so here is the kitchen. My goal was to have it cleaned up before I leave to go get my son from school. When I get back, I will bake this crisp. Now these two recipes that I showed you, the stuffed mushrooms and apple crisp, they both can be made ahead of time. I actually do a lot of prep work the week of Thanksgiving, so the week or the day of Thanksgiving, I'm not running around like a lunatic trying to get Thanksgiving dinner on the table. And this is just something that I have done for the last, I don't know, like 19 years that I've been cooking Thanksgiving dinner. I do a lot of prep work during the week of. I chop my vegetables. I have everything like measured out in little Ziploc baggies, and this is just so makes it so much easier for Thanksgiving. So if you guys want to make these dishes, you can make them ahead of time, put them in the fridge, and the day of Thanksgiving bake them. You let them sit for about an hour before you put them to bake, and they are just so delicious. I really hope you guys give these recipes a try. So when I get back, I will bake the apple crisp and then get started on my DIY crafting projects. Here I am back from picking up my son from school, and I'm going to go ahead and put my apple crisp to bake at a 400-degree oven for 35 minutes or until the crust is golden brown. And here is that delicious apple crisp. I went ahead and plated it, and I absolutely love this dessert. It's quick, it's easy, you can make it ahead of time. The pecans add an extra crunch. That vanilla wafer cookie just adds such a different flavor. I really hope you guys give this delicious recipe a try, and if you do, please leave me a comment in the comment box below. And you can also serve your apple crisp with some vanilla ice cream, and this is our favorite way of eating this crisp. Okay guys, so the first DIY project that I'm going to be showing you how I made is this decorative platter using mostly items from Dollar Tree. So let me go ahead and show you everything that you are going to need to create this platter. So for this project, you are going to need one of these catering trays. You find this at Dollar Tree in the catering department. Some brushes, again from Dollar Tree, and these little metal signs I found at Dollar Tree. Everything mostly is from Dollar Tree, except for this Rust-Oleum paint in Farmhouse Black. My Waverly paint I got at Walmart, and some craft paint from Dollar Tree. The first thing that I'm going to do is take these metals, words, and spray paint them in the black farmhouse color, and then I am going to go ahead and paint my platter with a Waverly paint and let it dry. Now that the platter is dry, I'm going to go ahead and take this craft paint from Dollar Tree and do some dry brushing with it. Okay guys, here is the platter. I gave it that distressed look, and I really wanted to keep it pretty simple. So here are the words that I painted with that farmhouse matte black color, and I wanted to give this platter a bit of like a 3D effect. So I used those pop dots from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to put these on the back of the words, position them where I want them, and that's pretty much it for this platter. Again, I wanted to keep it pretty simple, and then I am just going to go ahead and finish this platter and then show you guys how it looks when it's all finished. Okay guys, so here is that platter. I forgot to mention that the pop dots are adhesive, so they kind of give this platter a 3D look. And this is just a really inexpensive way to add some custom Thanksgiving decor to your home. And I really like the way this platter came out. I kept it pretty simple, and I just placed it here in the corner of my kitchen. I surrounded it with that light up pumpkin and a few other little pieces from Hobby Lobby. So I just really like this platter. I think it looks so cute here. So now let's go ahead and get started with the next project. The next project I made is this Windowpane Wreath. I have this welcome sign in the middle. So let me go ahead and tell you guys what you will need to create this project. So here is what you will need to create this project. 4 large canvases, a wooden wreath, some paintbrushes, hot glue and E6000, some clamps, craft paint, and a leaf garland. I didn't use the ribbon here, but I did use a bow, and I will show you guys that here in a bit. But let me go ahead and show you how I created this project. So you want to start by removing the canvas from the wooden frame, because we are just going to need this wooden frame, and that is what I'm going to do here. I'm removing the canvas from all 4 of them, and then I will be back to show you how I painted them. So here are all 4 frames without the canvas, and now I'm going to paint it using my Waverly Wax Antique Paint. I'm going to use a paintbrush, and then I take a paper towel and kind of get rid of some of that paint that's on the frame, because I wanted to give this project a distressed kind of rustic look. So that is what I'm going to do next, is paint all of these frames, and then I will be back to show you guys the next step. Here I have all 4 frames painted in the Waverly Wax paint in that antique color. I think they look so good. They have that distressed look. Now to hold all of this together, I'm using E6000 and hot glue. I'll run a good amount of E6000 and hot glue along the sides of the frame, and then I'll use the clamps to hold them together. And I gave them about 10 minutes for it to dry, and then I will repeat this process until I've created what looks like a window pane. To make my wreath, all I did was take the wooden wreath from Dollar Tree and wrap the leaf garland all around it. Once I have that done, I will add all of the finishing touches.
I did a lot of bad things, and never did I give in. Just 'cause the thought of being vulnerable made me feel less than I am. I have never felt home till you entered my door. And from that moment I knew that a home is what...
So now that I have the wooden wreath all wrapped up in the leaf garland, I'm going to add some finishing touches. And I completely forgot I found these cute fall themed bows at Dollar Tree, and also these berry garlands. I'm going to wrap some of the berry garlands around the wreath and add the bow.
The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can...
So now that I have the berry garland wrapped around the wreath, I'm going to go ahead and take this bow, and I just used that twine to secure it in place. Now I originally thought of leaving the bow like this, but then I ended up flipping it upside down because I thought it gave it a fuller look. Now here is that wooden pane. I have it all dried, and now I'm going to use the twine to secure my wreath in place. And now here you could see how I flipped that little bow upside down. And I did end up adding that metal welcome sign from Dollar Tree, and I painted it red, but I think it just blends in too much into the wreath, so I'm thinking about painting it maybe a bright yellow or using that farmhouse black. That way it could stand out. Let me know what color you guys want to see on this little welcome sign. Do you guys like the red? Do you guys like the yellow or the black? Let me know what you guys think. And here is that welcome sign that I painted in red. Again, I'm not sure about this color. I think it blends into the wreath too much. So I'm actually thinking I might take it off and paint it maybe that yellow bright color. That way it stands out. But to secure it in place, I used a good amount of hot glue. And I did end up using a little bit more of that berry garland to secure my wreath in place. And that is pretty much it for this project. Next, I will show you guys how I had it set up in my home. So here is that window pane wreath, guys. I am really happy with this little project and how it turned out, but I do think I need to change the welcome sign color. Anyways, I have it sitting here next to my fireplace. I put my little scarecrow next to it, and I staged it with one fresh pumpkin and with that cute little Dollar Tree pumpkin, and I'm really liking this project. Please let me know what you guys think of both projects in the comment box below. Okay guys, so that is it for this Thanksgiving collaboration. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really had such a good time making this video for you guys. Please remember to check out the playlist and like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell button so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Check out the links below, and I will see you guys next time in the next video. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love. Tell me what you want.